Good day, crafty chums, it's Nikki here, and I'm coming at you today, yet again, with the hashtag 30 Days of Napkins Use Your Stash Challenge. And today is number 12, book cover, so napkins and book cover. I was in the shop and saw Daphne's diary in there, and in there it had a little birthday calendar, and in the book it shows you to put holes in it, and so you just hang it up from the wall, and there you have your birthday calendar as a memory jogger. It's a bit small for that, so I thought I'd make this cute little book for it. And so I've taken the measurements and everything else, and it's all worked out through the measurements. What I'm going to do is Laura Dennison stacked the pages. I'm going to use her binding system, and I've worked out that these calendars here are 3.5 by 5. So I'm going to have the inserts. This is the cover, 8.25 by 5.5. And so this is the back page. We'll start at the middle page because it's a stack the pages. 7 5/8 by 5.25. So you get the 7 5/8 by 5.25, and all you do for that is, because we already know that the book page is the page of the calendar is 3.5 by 5 inches, then we know that this has to be 3 3/4 by 5.25, just to leave a little border around it for when you stick on the page. So you've left yourself a little border, and you don't need much of a gusset on this because it's not going to be fancied up. So all you do is you come in 3 3/4 inches, 3 3/4 inches, score, turn it round, 3 3/4 inches, score, and that gives you 1/8 of an inch gusset. Then, because the first one is 7 5/8, then the next one is going to be 7 3/4, and again, to get the score mark, 7 3/4 by 5.25, to get the score mark, you score in 3 3/4, turn it over, and score in 3 3/4, and then that gives you your gusset there on the second page. And the third page, because it's two-sided, it's 12 months, so you only need like the 6 pages, but only three lots of cardstock. So the next one is, the last one is 7 7/8 by 5.25, again 3 3/4 in, turn it round, 3 3/4 in, and that gives you your gusset there. And the book cover, which I said was 8.25 by 5.5 on this one, you have to score it in, so it's going to be 1/4 of an inch bigger. Score it in 1/8 of an inch bigger. 1/8 of an inch, it would be 1/4, so 8.25 by 5.5. Yep. So you score it in by. Let me just tell you where I didn't put down the score. The score line for the book cover is a little bit different, and it is 3 7/8. So there you go. Score it 3 7/8. Turn it over. Score it 3 7/8, and then that gives you a binding, a spine of that much. If you followed it, I don't know whether you did or not. So. But anyway, that's how I worked it out. I better write this down here. So you score on the inside pages, 3 3/4, turn it round. So that's 3 7/8 score. Okay, I'll write that in the description box below if I get the chance. And all other information you need to know will be in the description box below. And we'll get on to the napkins, which is the important part of this one. And I thought I'd actually do an Alice in Wonderland theme on this one, because I have these beautiful Alice in Wonderland napkins. So I'm going to do that. And I also have Alice in Wonderland, a couple of stickers, so I might put a sticker on there as well. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to score this so I know roughly where to place my napkins on there to have the best possible picture effect. This is just a piece of cereal box which I've cut to size, so 3 7/8, turn it over, 3 7/8. So now I know roughly where I'm going to put my thing.
So what I'm going to do is just like let you mark this thing so I can just like see it as I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm tired. I got 3 hours sleep last night. Shoulders give me a bit of grief. So anyway. What I'm going to do is I want to get the same on there. In full. And I'm going to glue stick it down first before I Mod Podge. I'm going to keep this simple, so I'm not going to, paper piece it on or anything, or maybe not see how well it goes. But I am going to turn it into the inside, I think. So I'm happy for Alice to go around over the edge. This is glue stick I can pick up and smear out. I want to make this as nice as I possibly can. She will go over the spine. I'm not going to stitch this, I am going to glue the spine in. Just want to get the air bubbles out as much as I can. Make sure that my black ruler, maybe I'll do it on the back of this so that I'm... So I'm getting black on there. That's good. Just going to get these air bubbles out, eh? Make sure it's nicely stuck down before I put on the Mod Podge. What I'm going to do is put either a sheet of probably ruled paper inside as notes, because the birthday book, you need notes on there as well, don't you? Reminders of things you need to know, specifications coming up, whatever. So that's what we'll be doing there. Did I say I pre-just said this? So everything you need to know will be in the description box below. And let's continue on.
Okay, while we wait for this one to dry, the book cover to dry, going to cut up the cardstock to make the pages. So, here. So as we know, the pages are going to be scored in the middle. So my first one is 7 5/8 by 5 1/4. So let's go. Seven and 5/8. No, sorry, 5 1/4 on this one first, isn't it? Depth first. 5 1/4. So I need 3 at 5 1/4, which is the depth of the book. 5 1/4. Oh, you can't even see, can you? Anyway. Oh, look. Up and down. 5 1/4. So I just need 3 of these. 5 1/4. And another one at 5 1/4. Then I am going to cut this one. The first 7 5/8, 7 3/4, 7 7/8. You can stop that anytime you like to get that measurement, but I will put it in the description box below. 7 5/8. As you can see, I'm going up by 1/8 of an inch each time. So 7 3/4. And then 7 7/8, which is almost 8, but not quite. Then I'm going to score them. And for all of these, you do. The size of the page was 3.5, so we decided this cardstock was going to be 1/4 of an inch wider all round, which means that we're going to score at 3 3/4 because this page was 3.5, so 3 3/4. Score at 3 3/4 without putting the flipping thing through the page. Almost went all the way through, and turn it round and score at 3 3/4 again. This is the last page, which is the biggest page. I'm hoping I didn't go through the book page there. If I did, I will have to do it again. 3 3/4. Turn it round. On the long side, 3 3/4. As you can see, it's now the gusset now is getting smaller, so they'll stack in between each other. This is the smallest one, and the gusset on this one should be 1/8 of an inch. So again, 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. And as you can see, 1/8 of an inch gusset in between there. We'll see now whether I did go through that one or not. So we'll get this all squared up. Have it nicely squared. So say it's not necessary to have the really big gaps in between the pages because we're not going to be putting any embellishment on there. Just the page itself, just the calendar page itself. Let's see if I did go through it or not. Fold into it. Yeah, it looks like I might have. No, I didn't. I was very... Oh, I did. Have to cut that one again. Did go through, look. I might save this page for the inside of the book, so not going to be wasted. So I'll cut this one again, and when I square it this time, I'll use my other... I think that was the largest one. It's the largest page, so 7 7/8 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4. By 7 7/8. I bet I can't find it now. Oh, here it is. So 3 3/4, just making sure that I actually didn't go through the paper this time by using my little shaping tool there with a little ball end. Makes it much gentler on the pages than the bone folder, which is real bone, by the way. It's not bone. Okay, that's good. So these are wonderful, and they all fit inside each other like so. And so, so and so and so, they're just fitting like that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to put tape on there. What I'm going to do is start off on the smallest one first.
Just inside the fold lines, so as not to stick the fold lines down, which should give you the ability to move the pages around. There we go. Just press these down.
Just going to eyeball this just in the middle. Just have to make sure that it goes in the middle and inside each of the fold lines. In the middle, just on each side of the fold lines. Inside each of the fold lines. Okay, that's good. Goodly, goodly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the calendar pages to each of these pages.
I'll just do the first one and then I'll come back when I finish them all. Otherwise I'm going to run out of memory and everything else. Not just my memory. Okay, so that's the first one down. January. This is the reason why I have it, because I have no memory.
So I've just finished the insert for the booklet, for the birthday calendar booklet, and that's what they look like. I haven't glued in any upside down, I don't think. So there you go. And let's see if the outside's dry. It's drying. It's still a little bit wet. So I am going to insert these on the inside just as extra just this extra somewhere else to write as well. So I'm just going to do a couple of new school lines on there. What I am going to do is, I've got to do this at 1/2 inch, haven't I? So if I do that there, move that one over 1/2 inch to be able to work on the inside. Just fold this over. Just going to pop this on the spine and then the inside pages. Because I don't want to waste it, and it will just be extra support, and finish off the inside of the book nicely too. I'm actually going to put tape on this one around the outside and on the spine. Okay, sorry about that, the camera went off. No, it didn't go off actually, it was a full memory, so I just had to empty it, and so I will have gone on ahead just a little bit. So I've got the inside cover in, this is the outside cover. I don't think I'm going to doodle on it, I think I'm just going to leave it for now, and just insert the last piece, which is the birthday calendar there, which is all very cute, using the Laura Denison Stack the Pages system. And just going to pop it in. Luckily for me now, I have the guidelines of the insert here to get it in. Try and centre it up. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed today's make. And as I said before, I'll leave everything you need to know in the description box below, and link to the International Crafties YouTube channel, International Crafties Facebook page, Eileen McInnes's page as well. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you'd like to ring the bell, that would be really nice as well, because then that would mean you would get notification whenever I go live or whenever I upload video, things like that. You know, all the interesting stuff. So there you go. This is a napkin and book cover. So I made a little birthday diary book. Take a little while for that just to settle down. Not until it's all glued, you know, the glue is hardened up properly and everything else, and I'll just pop a little weight on it to keep it down as well. If you wanted to, you could add a little tie to it. Just pop a, quite often what I do is pop a little band around there, just to keep things closed. This is one that's come off a sign sent to me by Roz. So we'll just pop that on there for now, so you can see that it'd be quite a cute little thing to have. But anyway, it's a birthday, calendar diary thing. Just so that you can remember when people's birthdays are, if you have a rotten memory like me. So anyway, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed today's make. Hope to see you again soon. Bye! Don't forget, description box below. Dibbly dooblies and dibbly dooblies. Ooh, subscribe, like, share, join in. Bye.